Hey everybody, how you doing today? Don't know if we're live, as always. It feels like I haven't done this in such a long time. I skipped last week. I'm going to be skipping next week because I have something else going on. So might as well do a live today, but just figured I'd catch up with you guys. But I feel like it's been a while. Let's go ahead and see over to the comments really quick to see. Oh, we got Scooby in the house. Scooby Live, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by my live. I appreciate it. Today, I know it's still pretty early. Let's see. Yeah, might as well get started. Hey, how are you? So today, I just figured I wanted to talk about mainly the sort of Fantastic Beasts news that came out recently about Johnny Depp, as you can probably tell by the title and thumbnail of this live stream. But I also just wanted to kind of just hang out for a little while. There's no really topics I want to discuss. Maybe just want to bounce some ideas off of you guys live. If you guys wanted to do that, I think that would be fun. Trying to change directions a little bit for the channel. Trying to discover all sorts of new commentary things in different areas that I really want to explore. But I want to know mainly what you guys like, don't like, things that I should change, things you'd like to see me maybe explore. The movie industry is pretty dead for the most part because of the whole pandemic. So there's really not a whole lot of things happening or coming out that I can review, which is primarily why I stick to just my Cinematic Late every single Thursday, where I talk about movies that I haven't seen before or have missed for whatever reason, or maybe I have seen and just feel like I want to talk about them, which just happened last week with Spider-Man Homecoming and upcoming next week for Spider-Man Far From Home. So make sure you subscribe for those videos. But I just want to find out what you guys like. I've just been sticking with that and my live streams when I can. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. But I want to bring some new content to the channel. Not so movie focused, because even sometimes I don't have time to watch a movie, but maybe something I can comment on. So if there's something that you guys want to see this channel explore, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the live chat, or if you're watching this on Team Replay, if you guys could let me know what you think in general, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, all of the DMs are open. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it may be. It's Aaron Waller YT across all of them. So you can find me on any platform if you ever want to talk to me. Here's some popping and things happening over on the side here, so let's go ahead and... We got Pax in the house. How are you, Pax? Thank you for your Instagram messages and things like that. I really appreciate that. It really helps me out. We got Ryan in the house. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I know it's been like so long since I haven't even really been in a lot of other people's live streams. Like I went to Archer's Thursday, and I've done Pax's off and on, like even when I see them up, and which isn't all the time. I just been kind of slacking lately. I don't know why. There's no particular reason. I just want to try and get certain things together, explore new directions, which is kind of why I took last week off. I've just explored different things that I maybe want to talk about and some fun areas that hopefully you guys will enjoy. But I still want to know if there's something specific that you want to see from the channel. So make sure you let me know. We'll get into that after we talk about the news, after we go through more comments. We got people saying what's up to each other. Archer's still working. Go home. It's Sunday at 7 p.m. Go home. You probably can't. I don't have that power, but it sounds cooler if I do that. Here to support. Good, thank you. Did I watch The Boys yet? No, I haven't. That's one that I want to watch next. There's that one, and I think another one that I was contemplating as to watching. Oh, The Mandalorian. But The Mandalorian, I have to wait until after it's complete, because I can't do the week-by-week thing. The Boys, because it's finished, I can start watching that. I just haven't watched season 2. No particular reason, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Hashtag life happens. For real. Can you go home? All of us want Archer to go home. Hashtag bring Archer home. I need to start reviewing it. Okay, I'll start watching it, and then that way I can at least comment on your videos, or if you ever want to talk about it and do a full season review, whatever the case may be, we'll take care of that. It's been a while since we've done anything together. I think it's about time we get on that. I think Titan season 3 is supposed to be coming soon. I'm kind of dreading it. So since you're the main guy that I've ever talked to about Titans, that's actually how Archer and I met. I was reviewing DC's Titans, if anybody else knows what that is. That's how we met, just talking about it, and then we just kind of bounced back and forth, and our relationship and our friendship has sort of grown from there, and he's an awesome friend of the channel. I greatly appreciate him. See what else is going on. Hey, YC's in the house. Hi, YC. How are you doing, friend? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by and supporting. I do appreciate it. It's hard to do week by week. I'm watching Long Way Up weekly. Long Way Up. I think I saw an ad for that, but I don't remember. Wow, there's popping all sorts of left and right. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Titans is back. I don't know. I know that they said that season 1 and 2 is now on HBO Max, but I don't know when season 3 comes out. Just Samson, I don't have your audio of the what, huh, like Archer does, but play it in your mind with the hashtag what, hashtag more what. Do a video soon. Yes, please. I would greatly appreciate that. I miss doing some collaborative stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what I actually wanted to talk about, what the whole live is actually meant to be about. We're 6 minutes in, so we're okay. So that is Johnny Depp, Jonathan Francis Depp. I don't think that's his actual name. I think it's, let's look up his actual name. Johnny Depp. 1 second. His name is John Christopher Depp. I was way off. I'm still going to call him Jonathan Francis Depp because I feel like that's more fun. So Jonathan Francis Depp has had some legal troubles in the past dealing with his wife Amber Heard, and essentially lost several court cases about like defamation and libel and things like that. And Warner Brothers asked him to step down as the character of Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts movies. Now, I know not everybody in the room is a huge Harry Potter fan or Wizarding World, whatever you want to call it. Fantastic Beasts is the current timeline that we're in, following Newt Scamander in the 20s and 30s, I think. So that's mainly what this storyline is. Gellert Grindelwald was essentially the big bad before Voldemort, if that helps you in any continuity. But for the most part, it was kind of a surprise when Johnny Depp was even announced or even showed up in the Fantastic Beasts movies as Gellert Grindelwald. I was definitely shocked when that happened. The second movie, which is The Crimes of Grindelwald, gives him a little bit more time in the spotlight. Not a lot, but I also don't think that they're completely out of options when it comes to Grindelwald if they were to continue the Fantastic Beasts movies upcoming. Now, they were supposedly filming a third one or planning to film a third one depending on the pandemic situation. I don't know how far along that process is, but the fact that now Johnny Depp is out, I don't think it's impossible to replace him. It's been done before. It's been done in the Wizarding World franchise before with Dumbledore, because the original actor, I believe Alfred Harris, died between the second movie and the third movie, which is Chamber of Secrets and going into Prisoner of Azkaban, and was replaced by I can picture him, but I don't remember his name. We're gonna look it up. Anybody in the chat knows, please feel free. Dumbledore. Jude Law is playing young Dumbledore. Why can't I think of other Dumbledore? Dumbledore actor. Richard Harris dies, replaced by Michael Gambon. That was what it was. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, he was replaced by Michael Gambon. So this has happened in the past. Zero acknowledgement that they even changed actors. And I didn't even recognize it, I don't think, when I was a kid, when I was watching these movies in theaters. So it really could be passable. It's easily done. It's been done before in not only this franchise, but plenty of other franchises as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just completely replaced him, which they probably shouldn't have picked Johnny Depp to begin with. I think they just kind of did it because he was somewhat still popular from Pirates of the Caribbean, even though a lot of that had died out. I don't think I saw the last 2 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and a majority of Johnny Depp's movies outside of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, at least of the more recent ones, I also haven't seen. I don't think that he's been that kind of an actor for me that I must go see his movies. But for the most part, they've either been really weird or big blockbusters or a combination, which I think that's Johnny Depp's style. But I don't think it's impossible to replace him. So if I were to choose, well, actually, you know what? Let's hold that thought. Let me know who you think would be a good replacement if you're interested in this at all, as to who would replace Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald. Let's go into the comment section because I hear all kinds of popping and I can't pay attention. I'm gonna leave the picture up. Samson's in the house, bruh. What? Yep. Oh, hold on. We got V in the house, and she left a heart. Thank you, V. I appreciate it. For all those who don't know, V is my wife. Love and appreciate it. She lets me have this hour time frame or whatever, however long my lives are outside of our day. So I appreciate that she even lets me do this at all. All right, so I haven't had time to sit and watch any series lately. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I don't feel like I've really watched anything. Uh-oh, Siri. No, Siri. Sorry. Okay, just a quick little thing. Pretty soon, and I'm talking like we're weeks away, I'm going to be having an actual camera to be able to shoot lives and videos off of. Now, I've been using my phone for a couple of months, and so I'm finally going to be making a switch, purchasing a camera, and actually going to be having that. So I don't have to use my camera, so you don't have to watch Siri come up randomly. You don't have to watch whenever I get a random text or notification or political call, which, by the way, congratulations to Joe Biden for winning. Like he's watching my stream, but if you know, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna actually be using a camera, so I don't have to deal with 90% of the problems that I have. So I'm really excited for that. Can't wait for that. I totally missed where we were. Ewan McGregor and his BFF Charlie motorcycle ride. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I saw an Apple TV ad, I think, or something like that. I have heard of it. I did think it looked pretty cool. Didn't he make a movie about that before? I don't remember. Always playing in my head. I think you should have that constantly playing in your head. Is it really his name, Johnny Francis Depp? No, we found out it's not Johnny Francis Depp. There's plenty of Tex-Mex this week. Just going through some of the stuff here. Richard Harris. Yeah. Okay. No problem, YC. Thank you for stopping by. Any time that you can spend here, I greatly appreciate it. I know you're very busy with school. And I know you're on a totally different time zone than I am. So whatever you need to do, don't feel bad if you have to go. Totally understand. He died though. Yeah, one died. Richard Harris died. Michael Gambon took over. Wow, you guys are like fast and furious in the comments. I hear them popping left and right. Helping on one of the bands. Stamson's just being awesome out there, living his best life. Oh, we have a suggestion from V. Okay, let's find out this. She has the best things to say. I'm not just saying that. Adrian Brody should be Grindelwald. That's interesting. I haven't thought about that. Long Way Up is amazing. Third series. First one 14 years ago. Okay, so they did make a movie or some other series. I'm not crazy. Because I remember when he was talking about motorcycling across America or Europe, something like that. So I think they've done it several times. Scooby loves the idea of Adrian Brody. That's good. Well, I think if they're going, let's go back to our main subject matter, which is Grindelwald. If they're going to replace Johnny Depp, I think we need somebody lanky and like tall, lanky, and just kind of weird looking. So I definitely think Adrian Brody could fit that. And it's got to be somebody that's got to go up against Jude Law as well. Hold on one second. Sorry, thought I felt something on my leg. What if we Google weird looking actors? We're not typecasting or anything. Because I don't feel like somebody who could be like, I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch, he's already too big. It's got to be somebody smaller, or not necessarily smaller, but not in already a major franchise. Like Benedict Cumberbatch, who's in Marvel, who's done Sherlock Holmes. We need somebody who's weird looking, but also youngish, but also not in everything. I think that's where a lot of the I like how I look up weird looking actors, and Steve Buscemi, Christopher Walken, Tilda Swinton, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe. Okay, we gotta find somebody who's younger here. I don't know. I don't know who could play Grindelwald, because apparently he's supposed to be like good-ish looking, right? If we remember from, if anybody remembers, I want to say it was Deathly Hallows Part 1 or 2. We kind of got to see youngish Grindelwald, if I remember correctly. So it's got to be somebody who's... And I don't think Adam Driver... As much as I think Adam Driver could possibly fit it, because I think but he's supposed to be like blondish, right? So we got to have somebody who's blonde. Is it impossible to go with an unknown? I mean, we've already got enough big actors in this. We've got, who plays Newt Scamander? Eddie Redmayne. We've got, who's the Flash? I can picture him. Ezra Miller, sorry, is also in it. This is already a pretty star-studded cast. I don't think we need a big name to play Grindelwald. I think, if anything, we can go with somebody who's not a big name. Obviously, that's a little bit more difficult than I think most. Let's see. Oops, I can't see my screen. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Robert Downey doesn't fit the description. I think Robert Downey Jr. would be too old for it, because he has to be up against Jude Law, which I think would already be weird, considering that I feel like we're going through the same cycle of like that weird connection with Sherlock Holmes, because Robert Downey Jr. played Sherlock Holmes and Jude Law played Watson. I feel like that's kind of the same thing as when Benedict Cumberbatch was Smaug and Martin Freeman was Bilbo Baggins. Kind of the same thing, if you know what I'm going with here. Just a history of Sherlock actors going into other things and then playing off of each other in a different way. Not Cumberbatch. Yes, we know, not Cumberbatch. I ruled him out, don't worry. Alright, so love them all. Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond. Weird looking, tall. Don't think he fits the young enough category, and blonde. I think that's the two caveats for that. Peter Skarsgard. I think that would be a good idea. Peter Skarsgard. Do you guys know who that is? Keanu Reeves. Not Keanu. Don't put Keanu in this. I like where your head is at, but also not Keanu. Keanu's too precious for this world. Fantastic Beasts has started to already kind of unravel at the ends in a lot of ways, even from the first movie. So I don't know if I want to put Keanu in a Wizarding World movie, as much as I love him. Oh, Andrew's here. Hey, Andrew, how are you, man? I feel like I haven't watched any of your content either. I do apologize, but I do plan on watching some of it. There was something you posted recently that I found very interesting, and I never got around to watching it, so I will definitely check that out. Also, because you mentioned this, and I find it very interesting, that I don't know if he's talking about me or somebody else, and Pax in the featured channels list for my tutorials channel. Okay, so Andrew, you have several channels. On my channel, if you go on my main channel and like scroll down, or it's on the side, I'm not sure how it appears depending on different versions, we can kind of like do featured like channels that we maybe suggest. I do have several others that are actually in this chat as well if you want to check any of them out, including Hey Archer. I believe I have Andrew Consult the Blind Guy. I have Pop Culture Geekery. I have Pax, Pax Enterprises, who live streams. I believe he has a live stream again tonight, if I'm not wrong. And I think there was somebody else, but I don't remember who. I'm sorry if you're in the room and I forgot. What about a well-known theater actor? See, that could work. We don't have to stick with strictly movie actors. Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin. I don't know if Grant Gustin could pull it off. I haven't seen Grant Gustin with like longer hair. I feel like they tried to make Johnny Depp's character edgier with like the sort of like this shorter buzz on the side, and like kind of like a faux hawk kind of look, whatever you want to call that hairstyle. But I don't know if Grant Gustin could pull it off. I think it's going to be too much of an age difference if we're talking about Grindelwald versus Jude Law's Dumbledore versus compared to like where Johnny Depp is here now. So we kind of have to go with a little bit older-ish, I guess. I did like the idea of Adrian Brody. I like Adrian Brody. I like Peter Sarsgaard. I think if I had to choose, I think Brody has the look, but Sarsgaard just has the crazy. I think that's what I really want, is the crazy and the ambition and the drive that this character is just absolutely nuts. I think that would be a really good one. The King from Hamilton. What's his name? It's like Jonathan Goff, something like that. I mean, not to say that he couldn't do it. He could pull it off. I don't know if there will be a musical number, but why not? Keanu. Big agrees with Keanu. I think Keanu's just too precious. I'm going to catch up to these comments. Does he have to be young? That's a good question. I don't think he has to be young because we're looking at Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, let's just look them up. Hold on. How old is Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp's like in his 50s, right? Johnny Depp. Apparently he's a Gemini. Don't care about that. He was born in 63, so he's in his 50s. So we don't have to go with anybody young. I just figured like somewhat young looking because of the way that wizards age, that you kind of want somebody who's not old but not young. It's kind of a delicate balance. I don't know where I thought he was gonna be somebody younger. No, Ryan, we're not going to put Zac Efron. Although he did have a very blonde hairstyle like that in something, or like in his personal life recently. So maybe he could just want the blonde hair back. But I don't think that Zac Efron could do it. I feel like Zac Efron's too fit. And he's very short. We need somebody who's more tall and like lanky. I feel like Zac Efron's like 5'7", 5'8". It's all trick of the camera though. I guess they could pull it off. Okay, Christoph Waltz, I kind of like this idea. I like where you're going. He definitely has that sort of charm, that way to sort of persuade people. I kind of see where you're going with this one. Still kind of big. He was in James Bond. He was in Tarantino movies. But for the most part, I think that would be pretty good. He's not old. Not super old anyway. Or at least he looks very young for however old he is. He's in his 50s. Yeah. Adrian then. Yeah, I think we might have to go with Adrian Brody. I think V called it. I do have to admit, I think Zac Efron is getting better as an actor. I would probably agree with that. For the most part, it definitely comes down to, I guess, how well. Because, he started out in High School Musical, right? And then he did really good in, the recent Ted Bundy movie. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff since he was younger, 17 again. There's, a very long gap between the times I've seen Zac Efron movies. I saw, what's the Neighbors? I saw Neighbors. I think I only saw the first one. I don't remember seeing the second one. And there's another one. What's the other one with Zac Efron? Baywatch. That one was pretty good. I feel like Zac Efron really thrives me personally, in that sort of balance between comedy and drama. But I don't want to go full-fledged comedy because then it starts to go a little overboard, where you just start getting into like, oh, he's just the pretty boy type of thing. But if we can kind of get him into some more dramatic roles, like the Ted Bundy one, I think that would be really good. Brad Pitt. I don't know if Brad Pitt would do it, to be honest with you. I mean, he did Deadpool 2 for a cup of coffee, but that was just a cameo. So I wouldn't put it past him. It's possible. Vince Vaughn. I think Vince Vaughn looks too tired. I like all the time, but I like where your head's at on that one too. Joe Manganiello. He's too intimidating. Like, he's just like a big dude. And it's supposed to be happening during like a Great Depression time, so I kind of want him to be skinnier and lankier, despite it being in Europe. I feel like, well, because it happens also in the US because of the MACUSA, which is the magic of the US, magical governing body rather, of the US. So, I mean, for the most part it could work, but I think he's still from Europe, and I don't get that feeling from Joe Manganiello. Alexander Skarsgard. I can see that one. Sarsgaard and Skarsgard are my top two for this role, although Adrian Brody is definitely in the top running as well. The Skarsgård can do anything, it's kind of scary. And Alexander Skarsgard is just like, I think that one might be the most on point without having to do any real ton of makeup, too much in terms of hair, because he's already got the blonde hair. We know he can grow it out. He's done it for Tarzan. He's done it for True Blood. He's done it a ton of times. He's on some new show, The Stand, that's going to be coming out. It's like a short series. That looks kind of interesting, so maybe he can flex a little bit more there. Okay, so yeah. So that's the majority of the suggestions. I think I'm gonna have to go with Alexander Skarsgård first. I thought about Bill, but Bill's too young. And then I would go Adrian Brody, and then I would go Peter Sarsgaard. Out of the ones we've talked about that I kind of felt like it fit, I feel like those ones all fit the best. Again, all just my own personal choices. I would have never picked Johnny Depp to begin with to be in a Fantastic Beasts Harry Potter Wizarding World movie to begin with. So the fact that he even got into one but also two movies from this franchise is pretty impressive. But I think a lot of it was carried on the back of his popularity from Pirates of the Caribbean and things like that, working with Tim Burton. But I don't think he fits the role. So I'm hoping for somebody a little bit more intimidating. I feel like the Skarsgård lean, if you know what I'm saying, like Alexander Skarsgård and Bill Skarsgård have like this lean of like intimidation. I think that's what's really going to sell it. Plus that ease that you can have him have that look. He's tall, he's lanky. I think that might be the best pick, would be Alexander Skarsgård. Let's see if we can find a pick really quick. Alexander Skars. I like how Alexander Hamilton is the first thing that comes up. Skarsgård. Oh, I just saw a like come in. Thank you. Make sure you leave a like if you like this video. I should probably plug that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's put up all the fun stuff. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That's actually on the wrong side. It's actually supposed to be on this side. If you're watching this on a desktop or a laptop, it's underneath me down here where the like button is. If you haven't hit that already, I would greatly appreciate it. As well as the subscribe button, as I do have new Cinematic Late every single Thursday, as well as go live, or at least try to, almost every Sunday at around 7 p.m. Eastern. Again, I missed last week, won't be here next week, have a prior obligation, but hopefully we'll be back after that, and we will have some more fun things to be talking about. But let's go back to Alexander Skarsgård. Can we look up a long hair? Is that a weird thing to look at? Long hair? Alexander Skarsgård, long hair. You know who would be interesting? You know what? Pick any Skarsgård. What's the one that's in Cursed? I think that he could pull it off. The only problem with that, and I don't remember which. I think it's Walter. No, not Walter. There's like a bunch of Skarsgards. V, if you're in the chat, I know you know who I'm talking about. But he's really good. My only problem with him is he's almost identical to Ralph Fiennes, who plays Voldemort. So being able to see like Voldemort as Ralph Fiennes, and then kind of like that Skarsgård brother, that's, I think he's the oldest, be as Grindelwald, which is essentially like Voldemort, pre-Voldemort, it's going to be kind of weird and kind of harder to separate. I think it could still work because Voldemort doesn't have the nose, and we don't see Ralph Fiennes with the nose as Voldemort. So I think the association would be easier to make, but they still look very similar and they act very similar. Gustav, there we go. Gustav is the one that I'm talking about. That's the Skarsgård that's in Cursed. And he was in Vikings or something like that. Whoops, sorry. And he looks and acts very similar to Ralph Fiennes. So I think that would be a little bit of a stretch. Pax thought it was so funny that I said Vince Vaughn looks too tired. I agree with Ryan again. The Skarsgårds can do anything. Oh, did I go back? Crazy idea. Daniel Radcliffe. You know what's funny is when I looked up weird looking actors, I saw Daniel Radcliffe and I almost said that. But then I was like, oh yeah, he's Harry Potter. I think that it would be interesting to see Daniel Radcliffe play a bad guy, because I don't think I've ever seen that. I know he's been in a couple of different things, but he's never really been like the bad guy. Well, he was in the Magician movie, the Now You See Me 2, but he was kind of like the cockier the guy that does Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. He kind of gave me that impression, but I feel like if we had him like as a really good bad guy, I feel like it could work. But I don't think it would put him in the same franchise that he started his career. Although I like, again, where your head's at, I just feel like that too many people would just disconnect immediately and just go Harry Potter, and they would just not want to watch any more of that. Hey, Valeria's in the house. Just subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. All subscribers are greatly appreciated. And welcome. So if you want to share it with your friends, there's also a share button. Let's see. I did Gustav. Okay. Had to come support, especially after the scary movie recommendations. Okay. I don't know which ones that you watched. I think I recommended for you Hereditary, Midsummer, and something else, if I remember correctly. A Quiet Place. Not a fan. How did you not like A Quiet Place? That was a great movie. Yeah, he did a Now You See Me Too. That was the one I was thinking of. I just feel like that wouldn't really work that well. Oh, I was looking up Skarsgård pictures and I totally got distracted. Okay, so this one is when he was in... I'm gonna drag it to the desktop so I can import it so you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh my god. What's this called? Images. Okay, well this is gonna be kind of blurry. Okay, so this is from... Let me scoot over a little bit. So this is from Tarzan, whatever that movie was, which is actually a really good movie. I like that movie a lot. Also has Margot Robbie in it. Tarzan Legend of the Apes, Tarzan Legend, something about a legend. It's gonna bother me. Tarzan, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Tarzan. Legend? No. Legend of the Jungle? Was that what it was? It was called Tarzan Legend of the Jungle. Or The Legend of Tarzan. What was it called? The Legend of Tarzan? Was it? The Legend of Tarzan is apparently what it was called. But anyway, we'll go back to... I am like not even in the picture. Okay, there we are. So I think this look, he could pull it off. Like, I mean, he's definitely got... This just happens to be more period. So I think it just sells it even more. But you can kind of see the Skarsgård lean from here. Like, this dude looks intimidating. And if he got people to follow him, like, not only is he good looking to get people to following him that way, but he just has that intimidation. And if you've ever seen him act as Eric Northman in True Blood or anything where he's intimidating, he definitely pulls it off. So I think he's got to be my top pick for sure. I think Dan Radcliffe, is a really great actor. He is getting better and better. He is, and I love it when he does those weird movies. Like I did a cinematically late for Guns Akimbo, which you can watch on Amazon Prime still, I think. It's a totally wacky movie. If you like Crank or any like totally out of left field movies that's just way too absurd, he does a really good job in that, and it's kind of a lot of fun seeing him panicky and stuff. So I think he does a really good job in that. I haven't seen a ton of his dramatic stuff. Like I know he's done Woman in Black, which is a horror movie. I've never seen that. And he did one with James McAvoy, which was Victor Frankenstein or something like that, where he played Igor. That was really interesting. He did a really good job. He had like the full Igor thing in the beginning. The Frankenstein. Whoop, my chair just popped. Sorry. And he plays Igor, who has like that hunch and like the back issue. And Victor Frankenstein fixes it, and he's just sort of normal for the rest of the movie. But it's a really cool idea. I really enjoyed that movie, and I highly recommend checking that one out. Not a very well-known movie, but definitely one worth watching. Especially if you like monster movies, James McAvoy or Daniel Radcliffe. That's a good movie. Dan is amazing. He definitely doesn't get enough credit outside of Harry Potter. Very true. Very true. I think that he's one of the best ones out of it. Well, I shouldn't say one of the best ones. It's a star-studded cast, and like so much talent goes into the Harry Potter movies. But I feel like he's one of the ones that doesn't get enough credit for a lot of what he did. Especially since he was 11 or like 12 years old until 19, 20 when he did those movies. So I hope they didn't mind. The Skarsgard link. See, you know what I'm talking about. Tarzan, the Legend of Greystoke. No, it's apparently called The Legend of Tarzan. I think I did a review for it like forever ago when my channel first started. I want to say it was like 3, almost 4 years ago. I did a review for it. I really liked it. I actually watched the movie several times, and it was just really good. Speaking of movies that are like 4 years old, I'm gonna make a video about this, but I'm just letting anybody who's here now know. There's a video on my channel that's doing really well forever about The Jacket, and people like to harp on it in comments, not knowing that the video is 4 years old. So I did a terrible job with this video because it was my first week on YouTube. I think it was my fourth or fifth ever video, and I'm going to be revisiting that movie and actually doing a review for it, because in that video I basically just tell you plot of the movie step by step. So we're going to revisit that probably on Cinematic Elite at some point. So make sure you're subscribed if you know what The Jacket is or ever want to know about it. We'll get to some actual talking about movies. It's not the one with Bo Derek. Probably. Okay. Guys, got some back and forth. I don't want to interrupt or put anybody on this. Okay. So yes. We're going to cast Alexander Skarsgård. We're going to put a stamp on it here tonight. That's who's going to be the next Grindelwald. I have zero authority, so most likely that won't be true, but we can hope and dream. So that's pretty much all that we had to talk about today. We've spent about 40 minutes already, which was just talking crap about Harry Potter. But what I really want to also talk to you guys about is the future of the channel. So like I mentioned before, towards the beginning of the stream, I have done a lot of movie stuff. It's been my primary focus. I still want to keep doing movie stuff, but I also want to expand the channel. I want to talk about other things. I want to talk about YouTube stuff. I want to talk about gear stuff. I want to talk about tech. I want to talk about commentary. I want to talk about all sorts of different things. So the channel will be moving forward in the future. I'm still working out a lot of the kinks, working out all types of things and refreshing images, thumbnails, background stuff, because this is always changing back here. New stuff all the time. And I wanted to know from you guys, I have a vision of these things that maybe I want to talk about, but sometimes I get a little bit lost in terms of what I want to talk about or what is popular. Sometimes there's things on my channel that get really popular. Sometimes there's things that I'm lucky if I get 3 views. There are some videos on my channel that only have like 3 views. Not that there's anything wrong with that, maybe it just wasn't popular. But I wanted to know, what is it that you guys like to watch? I know you guys come here for some kind of information. Do you like it when I recommend stuff? Do you like it if I were to talk about anything in particular? Is there something that you would like to hear about that maybe you're not getting enough of? I just want to know what you guys want to hear or what you guys want me to talk about. I've been doing the Cinematically Late like 33 in a row, almost like a full year of Cinematically Late back to back. I don't think I've missed a week of that, although I have missed plenty of live streams. I don't think I've missed a week of Cinematically Late. So I always have had that. I think I've done like 33. I think the last one was 33. But if there's something that you guys want to talk about or want to see from the channel, please let me know. I would love to know, because I want to know where the channel is going or where the audience wants. Did my music stop? To have... Oh, it just restarted. Wow, the song is like 40 minutes. Where you guys would like to see some future content going. I probably still will have a direction and certain things that I'll be talking about, but if you want to give me some input, I definitely want to hear it. Again, you guys can let me know in the chat. Let me know if you're Team Replay, if you want to leave it in a comment, if you want to send me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform, Twitter. It's all going to be Aaron Waller YT. Hold on, I can do this. Aaron Waller YT right there. I put Instagram. I don't know if you can read it. Hold on, I can do this. It says follow me on Instagram here, but it's the same handle across all platforms. It's Aaron Waller YT. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with all the same information, and let me know if there's something that you guys want to see. I would love to hear what an audience member would like to see, because I know what I want to go for, but do you guys really even want to hear me talk about it? I don't know where I left off. Sorry, 1 second. Bo Derek, Ryan. When that happens. Okay, it's just some stuff between y'all. Okay, cool. Scooby says, what do you want to go for? Okay, so what I'm going for, I'm still gonna have some kind of movie connection, because I feel like that's where the channel started. That's where I want to keep going for some content. But because that, well, in my opinion, is very much drying up because of the pandemic, a lot of movies are getting pushed back. So the only thing that movies I can rely on are my Cinematically Late series, where I talk about movies that I may have not seen or did see but never got really a chance to talk about, which is great. I love it. It's a weekly thing. It's been great. But I feel like I want to talk about some other things. Like if I want to talk about something tech related, something commentary related, I just don't want it to be like a surprise, like, hey, the channel's going a whole new direction. It's kind of going in a new direction. It's not a direction, it's more of an expansion, if anything. Because I still want to do Cinematically Late. I want to still have that regular, but I want to talk about a certain journey maybe I'm on. Not necessarily a vlog per se, maybe vlog style, but I do want to expand the way, trying different filming styles maybe. Again, this will be greatly beneficial when I actually get, you know what I haven't done this whole time? I haven't switched my camera. I set this camera up and I haven't switched to it one time. That's how smart I am. So, it's gonna be the more intimate conversation here. So, I want to do something that's gonna be free. I don't know if is that even a good way to put it. Like, I want to feel free to talk about anything. I don't want to put myself in the box of talking about movies. It's the thing that I know the best. It's the things that I feel the most comfortable talking about. But I also want to talk about other stuff. So how to sort of not necessarily market that, but there'll be a refresh down the line. I'm still working on a lot of the visuals for it, but when I get there, I'm really excited for it. I have some things in the pipeline. I have my handy dandy notebook back here, which I've been writing a lot of ideas in. If you follow me on Instagram, I kind of alluded to that a little bit. I feel like, though, sometimes I get stuck and I feel like I have the idea, but maybe the execution, and I have that sort of hesitation of, will anybody actually like to watch this? Because I am just sort of the movie guy, more or less. I guess it's kind of my own personal fear, but I don't really know until I either, one, create it, edit it, post it, just find out if anybody likes it or has any sort of response, or just kind of ask you guys. And I want to get your own opinion as to what you like as well, or if there's something about my channel currently you like. Is there something you would like to see change? Is it like, if you were to watch a video, so for example, in my current videos, and this is something that I'm going to be working on, is one of my last cinematic late seems to be really popular. I think it might be a glitch personally with YouTube because the amount of views it's grown, but it doesn't really show correctly on my analytics, is my Spider-Man Homecoming cinematic late. Apparently it has a lot of views, which I'm super happy about, but the concerning part, I guess, is the average view duration. Now that average view duration, I think it's like a 7 minute and change video. And so if the average view duration of that is only like 30 to 40 seconds. So something I really want to work on is trying to get my intro hook stuff, I guess, down and try and make something interesting. I don't want to sound like a robot and say the same thing every time. So that's something that I really want to work on, but hopefully I can just get there. And I think that goes back to, and a lot of you guys will probably know this, listening to Pat, who I haven't listened to because I haven't had the time. He always has that as a tip. And so I think that's something, I feel like I'm making minor upgrades slowly, but the only way to reach the level that I'm trying to achieve or even get, I hate to say notoriety or recognition, is to have those interesting hooks, intros, things like that. And it's not just like like a splash screen or an intro screen of like my name and the channel. It's also, you know, maybe presenting myself. Do you feel like maybe I'm not high energy enough? Do you feel like if it's maybe too high energy? Do you feel like it's bland? You know, there's a lot of different factors that I want to play with. It's going to be a very long experimental phase. I feel like the past 4 years I've been on, we're going to switch out of intimate. Well, we'll keep it on intimate view. I don't know why I call this intimate view. Let's get real intimate. Let's bring it closer. I feel like it's real intimate. Let's get real intimate. There we go. So I just want to make sure that whatever we're doing is going to go in a positive way. And I don't really know that until I try it. But really excited for the future. There's a lot of interesting things that I'm playing with and I want to try. But obviously I want to know your guys' feedback on that. So my request to you is, even if you can't think of something right now that you think that maybe Aaron would really benefit from XYZ, if you see something ever in a video, please either comment or let me know if you feel like something could be improved, so I can at least either try it or try and improve upon it, because I don't know and I don't want to get stuck in the same loop of sounding like a robot and doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And really, you guys want to see something totally different. So I think that's kind of what I'm going with when I'm talking about a lot of this stuff. So I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's go back to not so intimate view. Not so intimate view. far away, looks better, but a little bit further away. Social distancing. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we need to talk about this. RIP to Alex Trebek, RIP to Sean Connery. I didn't post anything on social media about it because I feel like they're super big people, personalities, and I kind of want to respect that. But unfortunately, both of them passed. We have one bit of good news and two bits of bad news. The loss of Sean Connery and Alex Trebek, and the good news, Joe Biden winning. So all of which, Joe Biden's in his 70s, Alex Trebek was 80, and Sean Connery was 90. So times they are changing. I don't know where I was. I don't know how long Samson's been gone because I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I personally like the live streams and talking about movies. Okay, and I'm happy to talk about movies. I'm happy to do live streams. What I want to do, my plan was, speaking of live streams, I was wanting to do a live stream for 300 subscribers for like a watch party. And I've been going back and forth on that. I've been thinking, I wanted to do Jack Reacher, and then I thought about maybe Die Hard. There's a couple of different options, but I think I might do the watch party before 300. My goal to get to 300 was by the end of the year, so that still stands. But I might want to do the live stream ahead of time of the watch party, just because I think it would be fun. And just so that everybody doesn't necessarily miss out on the watch party, I was thinking about doing it in a twofold way. Now, when Archer did his, you kind of just had to sync and watch the movie at the same time. I'm thinking, go with me on this, if you don't have access to the movie and you either don't own the movie or anything like that, I'm thinking about doing a live stream where I'm going to be the focus per se, and you can listen to my commentary and things like that. And then option B is maybe I can use like my phone or my computer or something like that. Maybe do like a Zoom call. I'll send whoever wants it the invite in the chat link or something like that, or in the live stream. And if you guys want to send the link, then you can watch the movie, and I'll try and get it as clear as I possibly can. But that way you don't miss out on it, and you can still kind of watch a movie. It's going to be kind of like watching it like if somebody filmed it in the theater probably, but at least you'll kind of get something. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if you guys like the thought of that. But the movie's definitely, the movie talk won't go away. That's in my blood. So that one I can't get rid of no matter how hard I try. Series. Tutorial tech ideas to help others. That's something that I want to do. I actually have several different sets that I plan on doing for helping YouTubers, content creators, things like that, just based on my own personal journey. I'm not going to be recommending like the Canon whatever that, or the Nikon camera that's $2,500. I'm going to be talking about like budget stuff. Like you're going to get by for X amount of time doing this. I mean, my setup alone is mostly budget related, so that's probably where I'm going to focus. My entire journey has been budget related. I haven't usually gotten like the big piece of tech, which is going to be kind of upcoming with this camera when that gets upgraded. So that will definitely be part of something. But I also want to do about editing software, audio, cameras was the first one. There was something else. It's in the notebook. Don't worry about it. But yes, I will be trying to do some kind of tutorials. Related to cameras, kind of like streaming or streaming softwares, as well as like how to stream on your phone, maybe something like that. If anybody who's interested in streaming maybe wants to talk about stuff like that. Wow, we're going on an hour. Okay, I gotta wrap it up. Oops. Make it a playlist and do content for it so you can alternate topics. Yeah, I was thinking about having like basically maybe a set day for X video, or maybe always having my cinematic late on Thursdays, which I do now, my lives every single week. And then if I can't dedicate to a specific day of a week or time to process a new video for these tutorials, maybe do like every other week or maybe even every month, that I can create a cohesive video that you can actually listen to. It doesn't have to be like an hour long, half hour long video, maybe like 10-15 minutes, but something where you can get a lot of value out of. And that's what I feel like is going to really take things and escalate things to try and help me at least get to my either 300 subscriber count or beyond that, and just try and get the ball rolling here. Movies, current, interesting events, series, etc. Great YouTube channels in your genre. Yeah, similar stuff. No comments on politics. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about religion. Those are two things that I'm going to leave completely out of my channel. Everything else I will probably try and... It's going to be a lot of like entertainment related stuff. A lot of more lighthearted. I don't want to talk about like serious things. But if there's maybe somebody or some topic that I want to talk about, like, I don't know, let's talk about drones one week, even though we're not really seeing any product there. I can't really get my hands on drones or anything like that for like testing for tech reviews. But if I wanted to comment about, I don't know, there's some stuff happening with Disney right now, for example. I live in Florida, so I'm very familiar with Disney World, and there's been a lot of things that have happened there. There's actually some articles, but like there's some commentary that I want, commentary there that I could definitely want to do. And so I feel like that would be a good place to have a commentary style video section, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot of work to do that I'm really excited for. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot of new content once that does get around to it. Since we're already up to like an hour and I've just been talking nonstop, that's really all I have. There's a lot of new stuff coming and I really can't wait for it. It's still very much in its infancy phase. There's some stuff I'm a little bit further along with that I'll definitely be releasing more quickly, sooner, whatever. So I'm really excited about that. But for the most part, that's pretty much all I have for now. If you are here live, thank you so much. If you have left a thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you haven't, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. Also, make sure you subscribe. New Cinematic Late every single Thursday at 7, or New Cinematic Late is usually around 9 a.m. Eastern. And I have my live streams about every Sunday around 7 p.m. Eastern time, although I won't be here next week, hopefully the following week. But other than that, really, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me for the past hour and listening to me ramble about whatever it was I was rambling about, and for engaging with me in the chat. It's really fun. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys next week, or I guess I won't see you next week for the live, but I'll see you in the Cinematic Late, which is going to be on Thursday. Pax, I believe, has a stream coming up, so make sure you head over to his channel, Paximus Enterprises, if you want to listen to some chill music and have some good conversation there as well. I'm sure we can continue some of these conversations. Hit me up on social media. Again, Aaron Waller YT across all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one.